month of October 2025. Everyone, welcome to Front Page Review on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. My name is Jude, Ikami Jude, and I'm here because you're there. Check your time now, 7:02 a.m. And of course, I will be giving you top headlines from the Punch newspaper, Daily Post, Daily Thrust, Vanguard, The Sun, and of course, The Nation newspaper, all for you this morning. Lagos, are you ready? Let's take a walk. We will punch it. Punch newspaper will take the lead this morning. But don't also forget that I will be having a conversation with Rufai Yoseni, and then a former commissioner of police, CP Chooks and Nwanwu, will be joining me also on the show this morning. Okay? It promises to be very, very robust. Everyone, join in and let's have a beautiful one again this morning. Let's take a walk. 90% of tax revenue goes to state governors. FIRS Chair Adedeji speaking here. 90% of tax revenue goes to state governors. FIRS Chair Adedeji speaking. And then, world's largest tech expo opens in Dubai. Experts tax women on collaboration in events industry. Stranded hikers rescued near Mount Everest. Nigeria bids to host F1 Grand Prix. And then there's a countdown to 2027. Tinubu to pick new INEC chair this week. Cultists kill 4 in Lagos, Ogun communities. Police pensioners rally for protest after talks collapse. And then displaced Borno residents recount Boko Haram invasion. Tinubu access to National Assembly's bill over policy clash. Tinubu access to National Assembly bills over policy clash. And then there's an update here. New INEC or new acting. New acting INEC chair takes over. And then wrap to debate motion seeking medical treatment for detained Nnamdi Kanu. There's some more stories now. Tinubu working to improve lives of Federal Capital Territory residents. This is according to Nyesom Wike. Abbas prioritizes electoral security bill on House resumption. ACF reaffirms political neutrality ahead of 2027. And then Osun 2026. I am confident of victory in Osun State. Yeah, that is Omishore speaking there. And then to some of the headlines. Natasha hails Kogi constituents after suspension ordeal. Okay. I will give you some more stories courtesy Daily Post newspaper quickly. Some big headlines here. Tinubu's minister, Uche Naji, resigns over alleged certificate forgery. And then Yakubu hands over to Agbamuche as INEC acting chair. FIFA Under-20 World Cup. 2 countries qualify for quarterfinal stage. Mother of 4 commits suicide in Jigawa State. And then let's see. Osun 2026. I'll surely clinch APC primary. Omishori assures. IPAC calls for independent panel to appoint INEC chairman. Remove president's appointment power. I think I want to take that story again. INEC, or rather IPAC, calls for independent panel to appoint INEC chairman and remove the president's appointment power. No responsible government can tolerate illegal buildings. Lagos APC defends demolition. 2027 big lie. APC chieftain denies wooing Taraba governor Kefas. Don't throw Abia into turmoil. Ex-SSG warns politicians. And then there's other story here. This might be the last one I'll give you from Daily Post newspaper. 2027, why Goodluck Jonathan, Peter Obi should face Atiku in open primaries under ADC. Well, this is an opinion from an analyst. It says, why Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, Peter Obi should face Atiku in open primaries under ADC. This is Voice of the People 90.3 FM. All right. This time around, we move quickly to another newspaper, Daily Thrust. Let's trust this guy this time around. Amukwiton may emerge INEC chair. Who was that guy yesterday who was telling me? I think someone called me from, is it UK or where, actually? He said that we should bet him that the next INEC chairman will be a Yoruba man. And we all smiled and laughed. I think he called in yesterday, right? He called in yesterday and he opined that, see, the next INEC chairman will be a Yoruba man. But, let's see how it pans out. Rufai will be with me this morning. Rufai Oseni will join me on the show this morning. And then we'll look at it. And, hey, like I told you, a former commissioner of police will also be with me this morning to look deep into some of these headlines. Okay? Don't worry, we've got a lot to discuss. Again, bandits strike near Federal Capital Territory, abduct man and 2 daughters. 2027 ADC sets criteria for candidates. WAEC's new subject combination is confusion masquerading as reform. I saw that yesterday too. WAEC's new subject combination is confusion masquerading as reforms. Grazing reserves are essential to the economy. Nigeria, put your house in order to attract foreign direct investors. Why FCT residents must pay taxes. This is according to Nyesom Wike. And then Bauchi unveils 10 priority areas for investment as Economic Summit begins today. More to come. How Discos lost 356 billion naira in 3 months. 356 billion naira in 3 months. And then let's look more into it. Minister accused of forging certificate resigns. Lagos, what's your take on this? What's your take on this morning? A minister resigning in Nigeria. Resigning from power. Well, I don't know. Let's get to the comment section, everyone. We're streaming on YouTube also. YouTube is VOP 90.3 FM. Just get to YouTube and you can watch me live and also drop your comment. Also on Facebook, okay? Yeah. Let's go. Mahmoud Yakubu bows out as INEC chair, hands over to Ogbamuche. 2027 ADC leaders in closed-door meeting. And now to Vanguard newspaper for some more headlines. Yeah, Vanguard is going to lead us this time around. 98% of Nigerians to enjoy crash in tax rate or even total exemption in 2026. Oyedele speaking. You want me to take that again for you? Okay, I said 98% of Nigerians to enjoy crash in tax rate or a total exemption in 2026. This is according to Oyedele. And then again, here comes the big one. Tinubu seeks NAS approval for $2.3 billion external borrowing. And of course, $500 million sovereign sukuk. Tinubu seeks NAS approval for $2.3 billion external borrowing and then $500 million foreign sukuk. That's what it is, everyone, okay? Federal highways of horror. 2 motorist travelers in anguish. Okay. Certificate forgery allegations. Why Minister Geoffrey Naji resigns. Gunshots fired at Ecuador president's motorcade. Cameroon's 92-year-old president makes first election campaign appearance. Okay. Cameroon's 92-year-old president makes first election campaign appearance. Let me let you know that he's been there for like 40-something years as a president of Cameroon. Paul Biya is his name. Okay, let's get back to Nigeria. How joint security operation ended 11-day Calabar Oron hostage ordeal. Southwest Youth State protests urged Tinubu to support local refining industry. Row over appointment of Senate clerk as civil group petitions NASC. Corrupt evil servants allegedly fingered in Rivers Secretariat fire. Alleged $4.5 billion fraud. Emefiele's phone forensic test stored as EFCC defense disagree. I'll give you that again. I said, on alleged $4.5 billion fraud, Emefiele's phone forensic test stalled as EFCC defense disagree. And then Customs identifies anti-smuggling operations. Let's check up some more political headlines now. Or your APC leaders blame imposition for party's 2023 election losses. Agbamuche Mbu takes over from Yakubu as acting INEC chair. 2027 Mark Aregbesola other ADC leaders in closed door meeting. Okay. Crazy headlines, right? The Sun newspaper is quite sunny with a couple of headlines this morning. We check them out quickly. Tinubu accepts Naji's resignation as minister. There's one big headline here. And then Nigerians have gained nothing from fuel subsidy removal. This is Kenneth Okonkwo speaking. Nigerians have gained nothing at all from fuel subsidy. Kenneth Okonkwo is speaking out. Wike launches massive overhaul of 73 Abuja schools. Breaks down on vital 15-kilometer-old Kefi road rehabilitation. Tinubu confers national honor on former INEC boss Yakubu. Don't say anything, no. Just calm down, okay? Don't think otherwise. I'm telling you now. Osun Local Government Funds, Supreme Court reserves judgment in suit against AGF. Now, let me give you an update on CVR, Continuous Voters Registration, right? Over 6.8 million Nigerians complete voter registration. 6.8 million Nigerians have completed voter registration. That's the update from the Independent National Electoral Commission. And then to some of the stories still, 2027 failure, not an option, ADC. Okay, now, 10 years in office. What has changed in INEC under Professor Yakubu? There's a review there. 10 years in office. What has really changed in INEC under Professor Yakubu? Only return to regional government can save Nigeria. Eluemuno speaking. Natasha resumes plenary after 6 months suspension. And finally, before I join Rufai, before I give a chance to Rufai Husseini to analyze some of these headlines. The nation is next. Scheduled flights begin at Ogun Gateway Airport. Oyedele says 98% of workers to be exempted from pay. Agbamuche Mbo is acting chair as Yakubu bows out of INEC. National Assembly to Nigerians, better days ahead. Akpotu Duaran resumes plenary. Beer industry seeks drop of tax stamp plan. Federal government to refinance expensive debt portfolio, says Edun. And then the big story here. Certificate scandal. Naji resigns ministerial position. You're on to Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Like I said, feel very free to join the conversation via all of our social media platforms. So streaming just right there. All right. YouTube, VOP 90.3 FM. Just get to the search bar and type that VOP 90.3 FM. And then to the comment section, let's get your thoughts, your views, your take, your opinion, your comments alongside your query. Well, you know what? You will keep it very, very civil for me this morning, okay? Keep it very civil for me. And then, let's see. If you want to join, if you want to send a message via WhatsApp, feel free. The WhatsApp number is 081 717 56338. I'll take that again. 081 717 56338. All right, this time around, we'll go join Rufai Husseini for some analysis or an analysis of some of these headlines. Okay? Let's take a walk together, everyone.
In the face of adversary and you can now see why this is not in support of Natasha Akpoti. She still has to bring out her evidence of sexual harassment that she claimed against the Senate president. And all the court cases need to be looked at strongly. But the high-handedness, the victimization is something that people will not take. And it's good that Nigerians did stand up, did rise up. Today, she's back in the same Senate that the Senate clerk at some point said that she cannot come into because of all sorts of shenanigans. And you see, that's the state of play of our Nigerian politics. And that's why we should learn to speak up. Don't speak up because it favors you. Speak up when it doesn't even favor you. Speak up for people that don't have a voice. Hold forth for them and say it the way it is. And it will be on record that, as regards Senator Natasha Akpoti's case, our voices were loud. We know what happened. We know the manipulation that happened. We know all sorts of media machination that happened at the back. We know all sorts of agenda that were pushed. But it will be on record that Rufai Husseini was on the path of the truth. We know the people that collected money. We know the people that didn't collect money. We know all what transpired. But today, where are we? Let's keep speaking the truth. The Lagos State Judiciary has scheduled coroner's inquest into the death of 10 persons at Afriland Tower. The coroner's inquest is a public hearing that seeks to know what really transpired. On 16th, fire broke out at 6-story Afriland on Broadway. It houses a branch of UBA, Federal Inland Revenue Service, United Capital, and other businesses. It led to the death of 4 FIRS staff, 6 UCAP employees, and there's a letter dated 29th addressing to the Chief Coroner, High Court of Lagos by Taiwo Olawale on behalf of Falana and Falana Chamber. The firm asks that the Chief Coroner should begin an inquest into the fire incident with Section 15 of the State Coroners Act. So let us see. And I hope that this coroner's inquest will be well publicized so that the world can see what really transpired as regards the coroner's inquest. The biggest question today is the question of cost per kilometer. I had an interview with Mr. Umari, and you see, Nigerians should not be weary of asking for accountability. Everywhere in the world, the standard engineering question is the question of cost per kilometer. Even if you have different soil types, undulating landscape and everything, at least there's a cost that was expended in completing 1 kilometer of that road, even if it's a 30-kilometer road or 40 or 100-kilometer. There's a cost that was iterated per kilometer per section of the road, which comes down to the cost that was expended. So the question we should ask is, what is the cost per kilometer of the coastal road? Even if you said, oh, we have to build a bridge somewhere, there's a cost of the kilometer of bridge now. Is a bridge not measured in kilometer? Third mainland is about a 10 or 11 kilometer bridge. So for every cost spent on that kilometer, even if you say there's a bridge component, tell us the costs. That's just it. Tell us the cost for the bridge component and everything. That was the question I asked Minister Umahi, but it resulted to insults that I'm not a professional in the field and everything. It doesn't stop me from asking questions, because you see, I ask questions for you, the suffering Nigerians. Next year will come. A lot of people are on the taxable brackets. They will remove taxes, progressive taxes from you as you earn. All right? Because those that the taxes only cover are those that earn about 800 to 1 million. But if you earn above that, a lot of you, your rent is already over the taxable brackets. All right? You start to pay these taxes. But your money that they are collecting for these taxes, how is it being spent? Your Commonwealth as a nation, do you know that they've IMAC loans of over $740 something million and another over 100 million in loans for this coastal road? And I asked him, how is the money being spent? All right? We are not getting a lot of answers as regards that. So I think that's the basic possible question. All right? Because we need to be able to ask the question about the loans that are taken. Okay, look at AFDB now. They are approving 500 million budget support loan to Nigeria by the end of the year. It is part of the 1 billion support program and everything. The money is not free. So we need to be able to ask all these questions of accountability here and there. Because you see, if we don't answer these questions of accountability, we don't move forward as a nation. We don't go anywhere. Our elections become shambolic. Our lives become terrible. And it's only accountability that can hold the country. Okay, look at the case of the minister now. Minister of Innovation, that certificate forgery was found and things like that. The government has now pushed the case and said that let the court decide. Where is the morality of this government? Did this government wait for the court to decide over Betta Edu's matter before they suspended her? I'm sure that time the government was still very early. They were still feeling moral. But now they've settled in power. Somebody is caught, a minister of the cabinet is caught with this kind of scandal. Instead of you to tell him to step aside. When it happened many years ago, didn't Kemi Adeosun by herself just step aside? Did anybody need to tell Kemi Adeosun as minister? Despite the fact that she went to court afterward, and the court found that she did nothing wrong. But anyway, they did put up the case of forgery up for determination. She decided to step aside. So you see, if we keep treating our country with kid love, it's not going to move forward. And that's the kind of country we live in. And if we don't speak up, we'll never move forward. It should be on record that we did what is right. And as regards the minister that forged, do you know that his own letter that he wrote has countered his own claim that he claimed he graduated. Because there's a copy of his letter that was addressed to Mr. Naji, was talking about a receipt, which he acknowledged. There was a copy of the letter that was adduced to him where they were telling him to receipts. But he didn't. He didn't. So we should stop all this game we are playing. We should stop all this game we are playing. And if we want the country to move forward, we should speak truth to power all the time. If we don't speak truth to power, we'll never move forward. And we need to say it the way it is. That's just it. So, like we said before, Natasha is back. She took the same seats that they protested on. So, let's see how all of that pans out. In the coming days, more revelations will be coming out as regards that case. And we'll see to how these things pan out. So, some stories making the rounds. The minister, Naji, has finally submitted his resignation. After so much pressure and national outcry, he has finally submitted his resignation letter. I mean, a lot of us were thinking he was not going to take the high road to submit his resignation letter. We're already tipping Adeosun as a bastion of civility. But Naji has finally submitted his resignation letter. Let us see what the court will now rule as regards this case of forgery. But what we should not forget is the Nigerian Constitution does not really, ask for a university degree as a prerequisite to be able to run for electoral positions. In fact, it just talks about an attempt, to get those degrees, I think living school certificate and the likes. But we would like to see the court determination as regards the case of forgery in this matter and see how that's going to be decided. And another story making the rounds is the fact that we have a temporary INEC boss. Now, after Mahmoud Yakub, has taken a bow from INEC, we'll definitely be talking about his services to the country after all these years, and who is now going to emerge in new INEC boss. Agbamuche Umbu will, take over as acting INEC chair, but definitely a new INEC boss will be put in place. Who's going to be the new INEC boss?
Okay.
That's going to be the big $1 million question that we'll have to answer.
Okay, thank you so much, Rufai Hosseini. Okay, let's have a conversation with a former commissioner of police. Yes, we need to zero on INEC this morning. Yeah, INEC.
Okay, CP Chukwuemeka will join us quickly.
This is Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Before I bring in CP, there are some basic information I want to give you this morning. You know, okay. Let me begin with this one. I would also seek the CP's opinion on these borrowing. Are you aware that the president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is seeking NAS approval for about $2.3 billion external borrowing? And not just that, $500 million foreign sukuk? Yes, yes. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has requested the approval of the House of Representatives for new external borrowing and debt financing totaling $2.3 billion. The request comes with another for the issuance of a $500 million debt foreign sukuk in the international capital market. All right? Yeah. That's what it is. Okay. Let's join CP now. All right. A national commissioner at the Independent National Electoral Commission, her name is May Agbamuche Mbu, has taken over as the acting chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. In quotes, don't forget, acting chairman of the commission. All right? Now, this followed the formal handover of duties by Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, who is, proceeding on a terminal leave. That's what we hear, on a terminal leave. The transition was announced during a stakeholders meeting with resident electoral commissioners held yesterday at the INEC headquarters in Abuja. Speaking at the meeting, Yakubu explained that he was stepping down in accordance with Section 306, subsection 1 and 2 of the 1999 Constitution as amended. Let's join CP Chuks Enwonwu at this time. Good morning to you, CP, and welcome.
Good morning to you, Ikamijudi, and to the listeners.
Good morning to you. All right, quickly. We have May Agbamuche as the new acting chairman of INEC. Some persons have said, well, it's a good one for Nigeria, but some have said this woman might not, might be changed in the next few days. I mean, in few days, she might just be replaced by another person who will come in as the main INEC boss. All right? I want to look at all of these. A woman is there this time around, and some persons are clamoring, hey, let this woman just stay there. Let's try a woman this time around. The thing is, we're not talking about Mahmoud Yakubu yet, who is a man and all of his flaws and all of that. But then we're looking at a woman taking over INEC instead of getting to change her in a few days. What do you think? Do you think Nigeria or the federal government or the president should try a woman this time around?
The issue of INEC is a very complex and complicated one. If it were to be any other African nation, or overseas, that would have worked.
Mm.
For Nigeria, I think it would be an uphill task for her to be retained at the end of the day. It is just mere formality from what I've seen that they have just sent her to, since she's one of the national commissioners, she's only there to hold fort, pending when they will bring in a new INEC chairman. And a new INEC chairman would have been somebody that obviously must have been known to, to be in a position to manage such an institution. It does not necessarily mean that the person would have worked in INEC or any electoral body. Okay. But possibly he would have been either an academician like the past professors, Maurice Iwu, Atahiru Jega, and even the last one, Mahmoud Yakubu, and so on and so forth. They may decide not to take from the academic institution. They could decide to take from the retired jurists, from the judiciary, maybe somebody they believe has an integrity and a background to protect. They may bring in such a person to come and take over. So it's not a question of time. I'm sooner or later they will announce the chairman.
A quick one, CP. How would you rate Yakubu's 10 years in office?
I will not want to go into that because majority of Nigerians, if you do an opinion poll, I don't think he will have more than 5% rating.
Did you just say 5%?
Yeah, he'll be very lucky to get 5% rating from across the federation. The 5% that will even rate him will only be political class and their supporters. The vast majority of Nigerians will not rate him. I mean, they won't even rate him beyond that 5% that I've just said. That would have been a very fair and, just rating for him to have 5%.
5%, you said?
I am telling you public opinion.
Five out of 100. CP, 5.
Yes, 5%.
Whoa.
Public opinion. If you like, test it.
Maybe when I open up the studio lines, I will test it, like you said.
Yes, test it.
But can we? The masses can't rate him higher than that because the masses are the electorate. But can we also look at the changes in INEC under this same man, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu? Positive change.
Can you enumerate those changes?
Hello?
Yes, I'm there. Can anybody enumerate the changes he brought?
Are you saying that there are no changes at all?
Well, to vast majority of Nigerians, it's after the last general election and the runoff they have, particularly in the Edo, I don't think a good percentage.
CP, we can hardly hear you. Hello?
Particularly the last general election of 2023 and the runoffs that came thereafter, particularly that of Edo State, would have brought him to a very low, would have brought him very low in terms of rating in the eyes of the masses and the public. So that is where I think nobody would really want to make pleasant comments about his tenure and about the man. I'm just telling you about public opinion.
But CP, how would you look at the fact that some Nigerians have said, see, whoever comes in next, all right, as the INEC boss is going to play the card of those in the presidency? How would you look at it? Whether you like it or not, whoever comes in from east, west, north, or south will do what the president wants.
That is not far from the truth because in the past, it has been the same trend, the same pattern, where it is he who plays the piper that dictates the tune. So that will not still be far from what we have experienced in the past. The only thing we'll be asking, or we will wish every one of us, is exactly what late Yaradua Umoru, the former president, did when he said that the process that brought him was flawed with irregularities.
Yeah, exactly.
And that he was looking forward to reforms so that the thing would be much more acceptable. And not that it will be 100% acceptable, but at least let the electorate be satisfied that their votes count. And that was what predicated introduction of permanent voters cards and use of, voting, the electronic voting machines, card reader, that was introduced in 2015. And then we were able to know exactly the number of registered voters. Because before that, 2007, they'll bring voters list that will carry maybe 2 million people registered in Imo, 2 million people registered in maybe Edo, and so on and so forth.
Okay.
But when they now subjected them to permanent voters card and card reader, we came to find out that Imo that I've given as an example will not even produce more than 600 or 650,000. And the same applied to maybe Edo, for instance. Then they will be producing like 500, 600,000. So you now see that there was an improvement, great improvement. But the one that in 2023, results were announced around 2 a.m. when people were speaking. It took everybody, unawares, and made the public to lose total confidence, not necessarily in INEC as a system, but in whoever represented INEC or represents INEC, which is Mahmoud Yakub. So you can now see why I say that if you come in terms of rating, the public will not really want to remember him that much. Because obviously they would think that he encouraged a lot of flaws in the electoral process.
CP,
so they will not.
CP,
So it's never again.
Okay, he encouraged a lot of fraud in the system. Yet
flaws.
You said flaws. Yeah. Okay, it's all the same. But then. I don't know if it will surprise you or shock you that the president is about, or he has conferred on him a national honor.
Well, what do you expect? You see, that's what I mean by he who pays the price and dictates the tune. The presidency will be pleased, for the job he has done. But the masses felt that the job done was not good enough.
Hello?
Yes, can you hear me?
Okay.
I said that the presidency would have been pleased with the job he did.
Okay.
But the masses who are the electorate will surely see it otherwise. To them, they believe that he didn't do the job well because a lot of people may have been either, not reflected as having voted and so on and so forth. Such complaints naturally will continue to come up. And that is exactly why, obviously, there will be some of them will be celebrating his end of tenure and his exit in that commission. Even though I know the man naturally will want a third term, You know, if you give him opportunity, he will still want to do another 5 years. And it won't look different in his eyes. He feels he is a very performing chairman.
Okay, okay.
But unfortunately, the masses are, I think they'll be very glad not to have him again anymore, you know. That's the way I see it.
There's a publication here by the Punch newspaper. It says, countdown to 2027, Tinubu to pick new INEC chair this week or maybe later next week. No, it won't be later than next week. What are your thoughts on this? What do you think? You think this person is going to be, from the east, west, north, or south? What's your opinion?
My opinion is that nobody can predict where the president can pick the chairman of the INEC. Obviously, he can come from anywhere. And I'm sure the president will be considering that he will not want to bring in somebody that will be very controversial or somebody that would be unacceptable to all the political parties. And above all, somebody that will be in tandem with the rule of law, as well as following the due process. I think those considerations would have been very paramount in the mind of the president.
Okay.
Yes.
But it will surprise you, CP, that some Nigerians have already started pointing a finger to one Yoruba man as the person who's going to lead INEC, next person who would lead INEC. You know, they're not seeing an Igbo man or a Hausa man. They're seeing a Yoruba man coming in place to lead INEC. How far?
Well, it does not really matter where the person comes from. The most important thing is somebody that will be fair and just, and they will give equity to all participants, all the interested parties in the coming election. That is their interest. The man can even come from Katsina, it does not matter to them. If they like, let them pick from Kogi, whether he's Ibira or Igala, it does not really matter to them. What matters to them is somebody that will be of integrity and will conduct an election that will be very fair, that the populace will be happy about, without minding whose ox is God. Just like what happened in 2015, Atahiru Jega did not look at Goodluck Ebele Jonathan as president and want to favor him because he's the one who appointed him. He looked at the thing and declared it the way he saw it.
But don't you think...
Jonathan did not contest it. He didn't go to court. He just called the late Muhammadu Buhari and congratulated him.
But don't you think we should bring in fairness to play here also?
But we need to bring who?
Fairness.
That's what I'm saying. We need to look at fairness, equity, and justice.
In appointments?
Yeah, well, in the appointment, you see something like electoral body, you don't need to talk about quota system, one, or begin to look at whether he is Igbo or that he's from the middle belt or he's from the north, far north. What you look at is the integrity. That's why I said wherever he comes from does not really matter. So he mustn't be from the southeast. Even if he's not from the southeast, the better for the people of southeast.
Oh, really? Because, Why? Why do you say that?
Yes, because if somebody from southeast comes and the thing ends up not favoring people from certain particular geopolitical region,
okay,
they'll say, hey, they said it. He deliberately did it because he's from that part of the country. That's why they have been complaining about. So you see, that of Morris was quite different, and people were not looking at religion and tribe as at that time. It never played any role. But right now, as we speak, anything that is done, it has an ethnic or religious coloration. And it's very unfortunate that in 21st century, I thought we are advancing. A nation like Nigeria that is called the largest black nation in the world is still talking of religion and tribe. And it's the handiwork of politicians because they are just using it to achieve their respective tendencies and intentions. Because if not for that, I mean, whatever position you put in anybody, the concern or the interest will be to have a good service delivery,
All right.
such that the gladiators will, at the end of the day, shout uhuru, that everything has gone the way it is expected.
CP,
That is
the Inter-Party Advisory Council, IPAC, has called for the removal of the power to appoint the chairman of INEC from the office of the president, urging instead for the establishment of an independent committee to handle such appointments. What do you think?
It is a good idea, but how feasible is that? Because as we speak, this is in the past, it has been the presidency that usually appoints chairman of INEC. So for you to come now and begin to change the rules will look very, very strange to the presidency. So, it's a thing we should subject to continuous trial and error until we get it right. Not get it 100% for now. So we will have to continue to manage whoever they bring. Let us hope that what will count will be the person having fear of God and will be a person of integrity. That's the bottom line.
All right.
So that's exactly what we'll be looking at and focusing on for now.
All right. CP, before I let you go this morning, the reps is debating a motion seeking medical treatment for detained Nnamdi Kanu. They are debating whether he should be released for treatment or not. I mean, for some persons, that looks so absurd.
It's very, very absurd indeed. What is the business of the rep, the House of Reps, in what has to do with the medical, maintenance or sustenance of a detained person or a high-profile suspect in custody of any of the government security forces? It's abnormal. It's an aberration, something that has never been heard of before. And it is anachronistic, to say the least, for the House of Reps dabble into issue of whether Nnamdi Kanu will go and have medical treatment or not. I've never seen such a thing before, and it is inappropriate for us to even see it now. Therefore, they should advise themselves properly and not get involved, because everything is not politics. I mean, when it comes to issue of health maintenance or medical medical or health service delivery, it has nothing to do with the House of Representatives or even the Senate.
Okay.
The hallowed chambers.
All right.
So I expect them to do the what is expected of them to do, which is do the needful and be sure that the man gets his medical attention.
All right.
Not bringing in the National Assembly into it. I don't their business in an issue, very critical medical issue like that. That's my take to it.
All
Yes.
right. Finally, I want to seek your own opinion on this. Tinubu seeks NAS approval for $2.3 billion external borrowing and then a $500 million foreign sukuk. What's your take on this? 2.5 billion, $500 million.
You see, to me, he needs to tell us what he is using the money for. Because as we speak, it is still a thing of concern to Nigeria, for Nigeria, is consistent borrowing of foreign loan and not telling us what exactly they are using the money for. Because at the end of the day, the complaint still remains that they don't know exactly what this money is being put into.
Okay.
Some think that the money is not properly utilized, that it is just for the benefit of some few people in public office. So with that at the back of the mind of the masses, who they think is supposed to benefit, it becomes a problem again, all the same. So we need to be very careful about all these borrowings, because at the end of the day, how is it going to be paid back? And it is like postponing the evil's day. We are postponing it for the upcoming generation, which is not the best. And that is generation unborn.
Okay.
For them to come and continue to inherit, various sums of debts in future.
Thank you.
We'll look at how are they going to...
Hello?
Yes, I'm there. I'm hearing.
CP, thank you. We have to let you go now. I appreciate you for talking to us.
Thank you very much
Thank
for
you so much.
tolerating and accommodating me always.
Thank you, indeed.
Thank you. Thank you.
This is Voice of the People 90.3 FM. My name is Jude Ikami Jude. That was a former commissioner of police. He was one time in Oyo State, okay? I want to hear from you. Your take, your opinion, your thought, your observation, all right? Even your query, all right? But that will be after this short break. Stay with me.
20 years of fire, 20 years of glory, 20 years of prophetic impact. The prophetic ministry of the Mountain of Fire and Miracles Ministries Worldwide presents Annual Fire Conference 2025 with the theme Prophet and the Secrets of Spiritual Mantle. Prepare for prophetic ministration by Dr. DK Olukoya, the General Overseer, Mountain of Fire and Miracles Ministry. Coming up on Saturday, 11th October 2025 as the main auditorium, Mountain of Fire and Miracles Ministries International Headquarters, Lagos, Nigeria. Come get equipped at the prophetic workshop. Receive impartation for end-time prophets and join us as we chart the prophetic destiny of our land. The program will be physical and virtual. For more inquiry, visit www.propheticministry.org or call 0803-324-5468 or 0803-327-7919. Don't just attend. Come and catch the mantle. The Fire Conference 2025. Raising prophets, birthing destiny, igniting nation. Mountain of Fire and Miracles Ministries. Surely the Lord is here. Jesus is Lord.
Lagos, are you ready? The Niger Landlord Summit 2025 is here. Join us on Saturday, 1st November 2025 at the Golden Tulip Hotel, International Airport Road for the biggest gathering of real estate minds in Nigeria. Come and discover how to profit from the booming housing demand in Nigeria. Explore funding and investment opportunities that work. Gain insights and government housing policies shaping the market. Experience the latest prop tech innovations transforming property ownership. Network with top developers, investors, and policymakers all in one room. Don't miss this power-packed event. Registration is 50,000 naira only, with full access to sections, exhibitions, with premium networking and refreshment. How to register? Make payment to VOPFM account number 112-416-8488. Again, 112-416-8488. Zenith Bank. Send your proof of payment via WhatsApp to 0707 115 4297 0707 115 4297. The Niger Landlord Summit 2025. Profitability in real estate management, prospects and opportunities. Your gateway to wealth. through real estate. Powered by VOP 90.3
You
FM.
are tuned to the city's #1 super dial. Voice of the People, 90.3 FM, Lagos.
Voice of the People 90.3 FM. All right, I'm back. 0700 903 903 903 is the number to call to be part of the conversation. 0700 903 903 903. WhatsApp, like I said, is 081 717 56338. All right, you will move away from your radio set or turn down the volume so we can hear each other. About 60 seconds, 1 minute for you. Mind what you say on the national radio. My name is Jude. Ikami Jude. What's your name?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Innocent. I'm calling from Amu of the State in Festac side. I am. Please, I want to talk about Mazin Nandekalo. Please, I don't know how it is, but Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu should also help us to look into that. Well, I don't know. We know whatever happened to a man is equal. Maybe the problem is coming from that man. Now, other tribe cannot get this kind of problem, but now Southeast is getting it. But I blame our politicians, those that have been there before, like Nanda Zikiwe them, Ekwe made them, for the wrong politics they play. Ojuku for the wrong politics, and they even Okadibo them. Now P2B is there. I wish P2B will not do like those people I mentioned, because if their position Southeast where you're supposed to be, all these problems supposed to not be coming, because no tribe in Nigeria now that we're having this problem, the presidency will not look into it immediately and answer them. Only Southeast. And now will be a position himself. If he fail not to do the right thing, we are going to be punished in next 10 to 12 years after after Bola Ahmed Tinubu finishes 4 years. And the next day person may be coming from Bola Ahmed Tinubu also from North. So B2B should be careful, know what he's going to do so that we will not be calling him a rise and fall. I don't want him to be called a rise and fall. Please, sir. Thank you.
Good morning.
Morning, you there?
Good morning.
I'm Edward calling from Sango.
All right.
On the case of Nnamdi Kanu, they should allow that man to travel abroad and treat himself. Because all of them in the presidency, all of them in National Assembly, Federal House of Representatives there, when they are sick, they travel abroad to attend the medical attention. And in this Nnamdi Kanu, they're supposed to know that he had not been convicted. He's a human being like us. He deserves to be treated very well. Assuming carelessly, if they allow this man to die there, do they feel that the whole of Southeastern people, both home and abroad, will be happy with the federal government? Because this man has been incapacitated there. Bilal Mohammed told the whole Nigeria that if you see what is inside the Nnamdi Kanu phone, the Nigerian will be shouting. Now, since that period, they never make any attempt. Upon they said they should release this man, they still hold that man. That is a total wickedness. They should allow that man to go and attend. He's a family man. He's a man. It's not somebody that they can live there to die in their custody. It's not good. It's not good because there's no lesson they're teaching the oncoming Nigerians, the children unborn. There's no history to tell them about Nnamdi Kanu. That's a pure wickedness.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
It's Amit Jude.
Let's go.
Well done, sir. More grace to your elbow, sir. My name is Comrade Olatunde Mekudi Moruf, sir.
All right.
From Surulere.
Okay.
My take on INEC chairman. I gave him 5%, 5/100. So during his tenure. So secondly, can you kindly pronounce the name of INEC chairman appointed by the president since 1999? I want to know if Southwest has been appointed maybe during Obasanjo or Yaradua. I didn't know. I just care to know, please. Thanks so much. God bless you, sir.
Thank you so much
Yes,
for calling. I'll give you a list, okay? I'll give you a list. I'll mention names. All right. But let's do this first. Hello. Good morning.
Hello, good morning, Karim.
Good morning.
My name is Pastor Blessing calling from Mori.
All right.
If I'm to rate Yakubu, I will rate him 2%. It's not even up to 5. It's 2. It's 2%. I will rate him. And for Nnamdi Kanu, his wickedness to Igbo, they are showing Igbo wickedness and no respect. And please, again, with all due respect to our Yoruba brothers, there is a name they used to call us Omo Igbo. We are not Omo Igbo. We are Ndi Igbo. When they call us Omo, they see us as nothing. We are not Omo. We are Ndi Igbo, of only Igbo. Thank you.
Only God knows what that man see. It's okay. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. Good day.
Good morning to you.
My name is Odina calling from Ejibo.
Okay.
Please, I want to ask a question. What is the offense of Nnamdi Kanu? What is his offense? He says terrorism charge. Did they find anything that make him to be a terrorist in his hand? But Nigerian government is negotiating with terrorists. I saw them negotiating with terrorists that wear guns. This man then did not find even a razor blade in his hand. They term him a terrorist. For instance, now, God forbid, if something happened to him, what will be the headline of the Nigerian dailies? What will be the capture? Look, I can simply say it's because of he's an Igbo man, that's all. Because many people have done more than what he did. 400 names from EAU was submitted to Nigerian government. Those sponsoring terrorists. Do you know that those people that are sponsoring terrorists is more dangerous than the terrorists by themselves? Because the sponsor of anything is more dangerous than the person acting. Let them release this man. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for calling. Thank you. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning, master of the radio.
Good morning.
Yeah. Let me first thank God for the resignation, because my children that are in the university, they watched that report yesterday with the channels. They started calling me, say, what is happening? We all went through all this process, and thank God. Having lived that one, sir, I want to talk majorly on my eminent Ufa. It is not a crime when you went for a particular course and God destined you for another destiny, and it will continue to shine by the grace of God. We do not now use that as a deterrent. If it is in an advanced world, they will improve him. How many people that went for journalism, that went for mass comm? One of my people is doing law. I'm telling you, is relating with the mass comm people. They are hailing Wi-Fi from Botanica and performing in that respect. They should encourage this man. They should not pull him down. But apart from that, let me now go, because I work a little as a function career at a construction world. What Rufai was asking was in order, though he might not be in that field. But I think it's the duty of the honorable minister to, because he's a public officer, to address that issue. When you are talking of per kilometer, we have several terrains. Truly, when you get to, you can get pothole somewhere, you can get river somewhere, you can get anything somewhere. Then give us average per kilometer. Simply, it doesn't need to be overflowed. And if you don't want to, and in order to, if you don't want to tell the issue on the year, you say, okay, you get back. Let them come to information. There is information bill. There's a way you do it. But all these our people that we put to rule us, maybe they are not knowledgeable enough. And finally, to balance the issue, sometimes the journalists, need to do some research more before they come and attack professionals.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Good morning.
I'll let you go. Good morning to you. Thank you so much. All right, I would love to give you a breakdown of those that have headed INEC. Everyone listen to this. Those that have headed INEC before now, or before Mahmoud Yakubu. I actually was supposed to start from, say, around 1998. All right? But I want to go even far back to around 1964. Yes, that was when we started all of these INEC thing, Independent Electoral Commission matter. All right, now let me just give you a quick one, okay, a quick rundown. In 1964, between 1964 and 1996, we had someone known as Eyo Eshwa. 1964 to 1966, like I said. And then after that, Michael Ani came in 1976, and he left in 1979. And then, you remember, for some of us now, Victor Oviewiski, right? 1980 to 1983. And then we had Eme Awa, 1987 to 1989. And then Eme Awa brought in Humphrey Unwosu, 1989 to 1993. Then Okon Uya, June 1993 to November 1993, just few months. All right. And then we had Suma Dagogo Jack, 1994 to 1998. And then Ephraim Akpata, 1998 to 2000. And then Abel Gubadia, 2000 to 2005. Maurice Iwu, 2005 to 2010. Atahiru Jega, 2010 to 2015. And Mahmoud Yakubu, November 2015 till now. And then, who's next? Sorry. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning. My name is Chooks.
Good morning to you, Chooks.
Please, I want to talk about Mazen Namdekano. You know, they are being unfair to him. You know, they are being unfair to him. This is the same thing that have caused this agitation. Treat a particular tribe differently and you treat others differently. This is still the same thing. You see us watching on our national television how a particular tribe are pampering their bandits. Even up to today, they've never been profiled as a terrorist group. They are still playing politics. Before us, they are being inculcated into the Nigerian army. And after they are being sabotaged. The armies are being sabotaged. Informations are being leaked out. And they are killing our military because of the messed up they have done in the Nigerian army. And a particular tribe have been held hostage. The same thing is happening, not just Mazen Nanekalo. Travel on our roads now. If immediately you are facing the east, it will look as if, starting from Shagamu, it will look as if you are entering into a war zone or any kind of agencies. A journey that will take you just how many hours, maybe 6 hours or what, will take you. It will take you more than 15 hours because of stop here, extortion. You can't take even a grain of provision or what and travel that route. Right. It's still the same thing we are talking about.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Hello, good morning to you. Hello, good morning. Good morning. Hello, good morning to you.
Yeah, I can begin. Good morning.
Hi, good morning to you this morning.
Yeah, good morning. God bless you for your good work.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, my name is Shibu. I'm calling from Baranji.
Okay.
Yes, for the issue of Nnamdi Kanu, please. I don't know what our National Assembly are, what they are negotiating about is medical treatment. Please, I'm begging Nigerians. I'm begging the president of Nigeria to please allow this man to go for a medical checkup. Let this man go and treat himself.
All right.
Since they refuse to release him, they should allow him to go and. Is it not somebody that is alive that will be detained? When you're alive, you will be detained. If this man died here now, it will be another problem. I'm pleading to him to please go and release this man to go and take care of himself. And for Mahmoud Yakub, for me, I'm giving him 0/100 because he's a very big disaster to Nigeria.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Let me look at your messages. I'll score ex-INEC chairman Mahmoud Yakubu 2%. Please, Nigeria should release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Okay, Nnamdi from Ojota. He's saying that. Okay, and then good morning. This Friday from Dokwemo. INEC chairman resignation is something I knew he will do since, because that man's conscience is really budging him for the state he put Nigeria into. Sincerely, that man have a lot to say. Nobody leave political position just like that. Everybody resigning now knows a lot. God help us. Okay, thank you so much. Tinubu conferred national honor to INEC boss Mahmoud Yakubu, but look the other way about the late Humphrey Nwosu, who defied military government to announce June 12th. That's a height of injustice. Let Mazi Nnamdi Kanu be allowed to get quality medical attention, please. I rate Yakubu 3%. He wasted billions in the changes he made without tangible results. Amechi from Mafoluku. CP gave Mahmoud Yakubu 5%. For what? Someone that put Nigerians into this suffering? I gave him -0%. Yes, that's what you said. Okay, thank you. Good morning. Let Nigerian government listen how to. Okay, Bernard from Orile. Thank you so much. This government is confused. The president said we don't need to borrow again about a month ago. Now he is sending bills for borrowing again. Ogao, may the Lord save our country. KG from Ikotun sent that message. And then what's your name now? Ikemba from Egbeda is saying concerning the INEC chairman, Tinubu can never put someone he can never intimidate. For Nnamdi Kanu medical issues, Abakari, who is a drug trafficker, who is an international fraudster, when his mother Nagodeka Mizio. Concerning the borrowing, yes, it is obvious that this money is borrowed to buy at least a local government in abroad to live with their family. Hope you. It's okay. It's okay. Take it easy, please, okay? On borrowing, Nigerians, behold your leaders, because it's finished. Woe unto those who claim to be what they are not. Ama from Ogun State. What we Nigerians should do, anybody president bring as INEC chairman, if we don't like him or her, we should protest immediately. Protest with him. Aye. Or he or she will tell Nigerians what we should do to him if he did not do the right thing for this country. Okay. Oh. All right. Conferring AON honor to Mahmoud Yakubu. What do you expect after rigging him in as the president? What is that is to pay him for the evil he did to Nigerians. Ono Hamaike from the Greenfield Estate. Thank you so much. It is always a delight listening to CP. It's always evident in his analysis whenever he is analyzing that he is a detribalized and unbiased analyst. Please bring him more often to analyze for us. Olumba. I heard TP rating retired INEC chairman Professor Mahmoud Yakubu 5%. Actually, he didn't score up to 5%, but 2.5%. Concerning the INEC, what you call it now? Concerning INEC, new INEC top shot, she will be used and dumped unless she have the heart of Professor Humphrey Nwosu, the former INEC chairman during 1993 general election. We are watching the situation of things. And INEC, the masses have lost hope on INEC, except they come up with clean mind and clean hands. Let me say it clear. These INEC chairman cannot perform without compromising. Uche Naduru from Mushin. Okay. Good morning to you. Please do not step. Do not step down until. I'm Obi from 7 and 8. He's saying, do not step down my message. Or what are you trying to say? Until when I come to see you in your office. Okay. I am rating INEC chairman Mahmoud Yakubu with 0% because he cost Nigerian Spain, Neka, from Surulere. You overrated INEC chairman. Yakubu got 0%. He is a disappointment to himself and Nigeria at large. Jerry from Ago. As for Dave Umahi, sorry for him. One day, what happened in Egypt will happen in Nigeria. Rafai Husseini, God bless you for standing in the truth. Jerry from Ago. My take is that Professor Yakubu was a disaster to our electoral body. With all the changes it brought to INEC, it was a total whatever. Okay. Let's go back to taking calls, everyone. Hello,
Hello,
good
good morning.
morning. Good morning.
My name is Joshua Perkins. I'm calling from Okota.
Okay.
Now, to the pool about Jiga, Mahmoud, what's his name?
Yeah, Naso.
We know that guy did not do anything. Despite if the innovation were to have given us a credible election, we would have said, oh, yes, that is an improvement, which I beg to disagree with CP Chooks this morning. Now, to the woman that is supposed to replace or that is acting as a chairman, well, as a matter of fact, like we all know, that Nigeria as it stands now, it is on the president to select an INEC chairman. It will not go against the presidency, regardless of which part of the country it comes out from. Anyway, that's all I can just say at the moment. Let's still talk about this gas issue. This gas issue is a problem now.
Okay, thank you. We'll talk about it, okay? We've been talking about it, actually. This is Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. Okay, I have to go now. Okay, Ndibo will come in by 8:30. I love you all so much. I will read your messages and we'll talk much later. That's going to be by 11. Okay? 11 a.m. we'll talk. All right? But I'll be here by 10:30, everyone. My name is Jude. Ikami Jude. And Ikami Jude across all social media platforms. Facebook, Twitter, X, all of them. IKAMIJUDEH is how to spell it. One word. IKAMIJUDEH. I love you all so much. I'll catch you again later. Good morning to you.